Hello, it's me James and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks and tutorials, and of course I like to do this in complete survival. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this super simple yet super OP witch farm. Now this specific witch farm does run off of a trident killer, so you are going to need a looting 3 sword, get the most amount of loot possible. And I was quite literally about to tell you what loot you could get from this farm, and then it started raining. Great, finally we can get rid of the rain. Now, some of the loot you can expect to get from this farm includes an instant health potion, a potion of swiftness, which is, of course, a speed potion. You can get yourself a ton of gunpowder, which is going to be one of my primary resources from this farm. You can get yourself some glass bottles, spider eyes, sticks, sugar, glowstone dust, and, of course, some redstone. Now, I'm sure I've covered everything that you can get from this farm. If I have missed one, let me know in the comments below. And let's make our way to the AFK spot. What I'm going to do is AFK for I don't know, 10 minutes or something like that, and I will be back to show you the results. Remember, make sure you AFK with your looting 3 sword because we're using a trident killer. Alright, it's been a little less than 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stuff. First of all, let's turn it off and let's see how much we've got from just a little under than 10 minutes. Wow, we got some speed potions. We got quite a fair bit of gunpowder. That's the main thing that I think I like from this farm. We got a bunch of sticks, which is always nice. And of course, in this one, we got more gunpowder. We got some sugars. We got glass bottles, speed potion, instant health potion. Oh, damn, I got a little bit scared then. Of course, if you walk towards the observer, you're going to receive the XPs, so if you're holding an item that needs fixing, it should fix that item depending on how long you have AFK'd for. Now let me show you what you're going to need to build this thing. And the items that you are going to need for this farm are as follows. You're going to need 4 hoppers, 1 piece of glass, 4 chests, 4 observers, bring yourself 4 powered rails. You're also going to need 1 lever, 4 pistons, 2 oak buttons. Again, that can be any buttons. It doesn't need to be oak buttons. Around about 40 scaffolding, although you could just use ladders, but I'm going to use scaffolding. You're going to want some half slabs of choice to spawn proof some area, and of course you are going to want some solid blocks of choice as well. I've just gone for cobblestone because that is nice and cheap. And finally, you are going to want a trident with a looting 3 sword, as the killing system to this farm does rely on a looting 3 sword because we're using a trident killer. Obviously, it does go without saying you do need a witch hut as well. And once you have all of the materials in that shulker box and of course a witch hut, we are ready to start building. One thing I'm going to do, which you don't really have to do, but I think it would make it a little bit better, is just around the outside of the witch hut when it gets dark, is just throw a few torches around and just light up the general area. I mean, I'll show you how much I light up when I'm done. And as you can see, this is the area that I've lit up. I've literally just lit up above ground as well. I've done no caves whatsoever, just above ground. And it's not even a huge area. For the first step, we are going to want to make our way inside the witch hut. Just destroy anything that's inside. And then we're going to want to seal up the windows like this. And make sure everything is going to be dark. Make sure you remove this fence gate. And then seal it up. And then, of course, seal up the windows like that. And now what you want to do is stand at the door like this. And then look to the right. And then you see these 4 blocks. These are the 4 blocks where our kill chamber is going to be. And this block right here is where the witches will spawn. So you can remove this block, remove this block, remove this block. Place a block here with a piece of glass on top. And then you can go ahead and remove that block. Now, the last couple of things we need to do in here is place a button here and a button here. And then we need to grab some solid blocks and simply fill this thing in like this. And of course, bring it all the way to the door. And now we're going to want to go underneath the witch hut and find our kill chamber, where it's going to be just here. And simply make a kind of like a tunnel down like this. And of course, go all the way down. Now, if you've got some water, you're going to want to block some water up. What I'm going to do is actually block the water up all the way to this side. So all of this I'm going to block up. And of course, all of this in here as well. And the reason I'm doing this is because it will make it a lot easier for, of course, when I need to place some redstone so we don't have any spillage. Now I can continue making a tunnel around. Of course, once you've added the walls all the way around the kill chamber like this, it will be a little bit dark. Just add yourself a torch so you can see what you're doing. And now we're going to dig down a further 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks from the spawn platform, which is just there. On this bottom layer, we're going to want to place 2 double chests, just like so. Once you place your chest down, to make things a little bit visually easier, what I'm going to do is remove these blocks, like so. And I'm going to go all the way around, so it's 1 block clear around the chest, like this. Now, that's why it's important to block up any water that you might have underneath. And at this point, what you're going to want to do is go to each corner and place down a powered rail. Now, facing each one of these powered rails, we want an observer, so the face is facing the powered rail. And of course, not there. We're going to want it just there. And you can see that the face is facing the powered rail. Now, I'm going to do that to all 4 sides. And once you've done that, you want a solid block behind each observer. After that, you can simply go solid block in the corners, like so. Grab your 4 pistons, place 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And now it's time to place our hoppers. Simply crouch and jump, placing our hoppers down into the double chests. At this point, let's make ourselves a little bit of a way out. And then, of course, we can throw our trident in like so. I'm just going to throw it at this piston at the back. And then I'm going to seal this thing back up. I'm going to throw a few blocks there. So I'm going to dig my way down so I can find my chests, which of course are just underneath this observer. And as you can see, now I can access my chests. Finally, to turn this thing on, you want to find the block diagonal to this observer. Place a lever and flick it. And then flick it again. And you will turn the system on. For now, I'm going to turn that off and we can get to work. So from this point here, I'm going to have some scaffolding going directly up to the roof of the witch hut. And now whilst I'm up here, I'm just going to cover this thing with some half slabs. And I'm going to do the same to this ledge just here. And you can see on the coordinates that level 67 is my spawn level. So what I'm going to want to do is once I've spawn-proofed this little ledge, I'm going to go back up to the roof. I'm going to remove this one, which is directly above my spawn platform. And then I'm going to go all the way up to 97. That would make it 30 blocks directly above my spawn platform. As you can see, I am now 30 blocks directly above my spawn platform. Once you're standing 30 blocks above your spawn platform, you simply want to kind of like make a safe area. So what I'm going to do is go like this. And build kind of like a little room so I can stand in it safely. And the reason I'm not skimping on the corners is because sometimes you can get hit by phantoms on the corners. And then, of course, I'm going to make sure I've got half slabs on the top. So I'm going to have a torch inside to make things a little bit brighter. Speaking of torches, you want to make sure that you remove your torch from your kill chamber, which I actually forgot to do. Yeah, because this thing is almost definitely not going to work if you've got a torch in your kill chamber. So let's seal this thing back up. There we have it, how to build your very own witch farm. Now this thing is very, very OP. If you've not built this thing, you need to build this thing right now. As seen, it's super simple to build and you get so much stuff. As always, if you need help with this farm or any other farm, feel free to jump on over to the Jam Fam Discord server, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But with that being said, I will catch you on the next one.